There has been a strike on a southern Iran school, is what we're hearing. About 30 students have been killed in the Israeli strikes.
Absolutely. In fact, around 30 students killed and 60 more have been injured. This is an elementary school in South Iran that has been hit. And, we're still to come to a final figure of the kind of human cost that today's conflict could finally result in, because you've got massive strikes on both sides. In fact, the IDF now also providing new details of those simultaneous airstrikes that took place this morning, targeting senior Iranian political and military officials. At least 5 to 6 locations were targeted. The army has said, the Israeli military says it developed this plan over months, and it included a major intelligence effort which was led by the intelligence directorate to identify an operational opportunity at the moment when senior regime officials would convene. So it again boils down to what we were discussing earlier, that this was a decapitation exercise, a regime change exercise, where the effort was to identify when all of the officials could be identified at one place and then to take out as many of them as possible. Now, how successful they have been in this effort, Vedika, still remains to be seen, because remember, officially so far, I don't think any statement has come from Iran just as yet on the casualties. What they have done through their media is to contradict many of the reports coming out of Israel. At least 2 to 3 senior members of the leadership from Iran are being claimed as eliminated by Israel. However, Iran has contradicted that, saying they are alive, they are well. Ali Khamenei hasn't been injured. A senior member of the judiciary there were reports in the Israeli media, has been eliminated. That also subsequently was contradicted by Iran.
So let's also once again, Padmaja, bring in Lethal, because she's live with us from Tel Aviv. Lethal, we want to understand from you about any casualties on that side within Israel at this point that you're hearing of. What is the Israeli government saying about the possible casualties even in Iran, if you've heard from them in the last couple of hours?
Yeah, so in Israel, thank God we don't have any casualties at the moment. There was a civilian house up north that was being hit, got a direct hit, but the people living there were inside the safe shelter, the bomb shelter. We don't have any information about casualties in Iran, and I suggest taking with a pinch of salt any information coming from the Ayatollah regime regarding hitting civilians, because both the Americans and the Israelis made it clear that they're striking military bases. They're striking heads of the Iranian regime. They never aim towards population, civilians. That's not the case. That's not the purpose of this operation. This operation purpose is to take down.
Sorry to interrupt you, because we were getting an update that the death toll, according to the media in Iran, in that particular strike has risen to 40. So that elementary school that was struck, the death toll in that has risen to 40, according to what media in Iran there is reporting. Yes, please continue your point.
Yeah, again, the media in Iran was also spreading lies when the Iranian regime were butchering people on the streets of Iran. When Trump was talking about over 30,000 people of Iran who were being shot dead by the Iranian regime, the Iranian regime were putting out numbers of 2,000 people, So I would take everything that is coming out from the Iranian media, which is not a free media, which is not a free journalism, and just wait for the true facts that are coming from